Hello and welcome to Aperture's VR Experience. We will be walking through a crash test performed during a recent conference. We will start with our drone videography, showing an overhead view of the Kia sedan contacting a trailer which is attached to the Honda SUV. The next video shows what we call a follow camera. The drone follows the Kia to watch its post-impact travel. As you can see, we have a lot to look at with that Kia rolling over 2 times before coming to rest. Okay, buckle up, because now you get to experience the crash from the Kia driver's perspective. Notice the robo-driver operating the Kia in the cockpit. Also, feel free to look around to see what else you can spot, as this is rendered in 360 degrees. And here we go. Well, I am glad we aren't actually in the car. Let's take a deeper look at some of the data that we would be working with as accident reconstructionists. This is the airbag control module, or the black box. In most modern cars, black boxes record crash events. By using our training and tools, we can plug into the black box and obtain a copy of these recordings, which will include things like pre-crash speeds, driver inputs, and the accelerations experienced during the crash. Let's get out and see what the damage to the Kia looks like. To start, we will fade in the 3D scans our team collected following the crash test. We can now get a sense of the vehicle damage patterns in a digital 3D environment. For instance, here we can see the damage to the wheel that resulted from the vehicle rolling over. Ultimately, this allows us to do most of our work back at the office, as well as giving us the ability to create demonstrative exhibits for your case. One of the distinguishing patterns we look for in rollover collisions is the direction of the abrasive marks on the vehicle's body panels. In this case, we can see 2 distinct directions overlapping, as denoted by the orange arrows. This would suggest the vehicle rolled onto this component on 2 separate occasions. Okay, now, let's go back to our 3D scan environment and look at the vehicle's crush characteristics. We can compare the damaged 3D scans back to an undamaged 3D scan to get an idea of both the location and extent of the damage sustained as a result of the collision. Here we can see most of the damage on the hood, front fascia, and left front wheel. Let's check out the other involved vehicle. We can watch the video from inside the Honda. You will see the Kia coming from the passenger side windows. Keep an eye on the crash test dummy in the front passenger seat to get a sense of how this collision would affect an occupant. And brace yourself. This is our Hybrid 3 crash test dummy. It has accelerometers in every part of its body, so we can look at the accelerations experienced in any part of the body. This allows us to examine potential injury mechanisms for this crash type. Alright, let's look at the final resting position of the Honda and trailer. We can see that as a result of the impact, the trailer rotated relative to the Honda. Ultimately, it came to rest pretty close to 90 degrees from its starting position. Fading in the 3D scans for the trailer, we can take a look at the damage sustained. For this vehicle, we are only going to get damage as a result of the Kia impact. We can see this is localized to the right wheel of the trailer and the surrounding geometry. Many times as reconstructionists, the vehicles are gone prior to our arrival at the scene. However, we can document the roadway and scene evidence to help us in our analysis. In this crash, we have incredibly valuable roadway evidence. Let's walk through the scene and look at what caused each mark on the roadway. While we may not have video of the crashes we are reconstructing in many cases, we can tie the roadway marks back to the damage on the vehicle to assess how the vehicle moved in the moments surrounding impact. This is why it is so important to get us involved early, given that much of this roadway evidence can disappear shortly after the date of the crash. Now that we have analyzed all the physical evidence, we can reconstruct the accident in a digital 3D environment and render it from any angle. Let's check out an example. From all of us here at Aperture, we appreciate you giving us your undivided attention. We hope you enjoyed the experience and look forward to working with you on a case soon.